to First Things First Overtime. I am Danny Parkins alongside former U.S. men's national team midfielder and our First Things First soccer analyst Dax McCarty. Wow, that was maybe the collapse of the World Cup. And Dax, the knockout stage, it has been nothing short of electric so far. And before we get into all the action as we count down to USA and Bosnia tonight, you getting more nervous or excited?
Are you kidding me? Excited. Dude, I wish I was still playing. These are the moments you live for. You know those U.S. men's national team players have been watching all the games, especially that Belgium-Senegal game. I could not be more excited for our country tonight.
I'm a little nervous. So it's almost USA's turn to keep it rolling. But first, who they will face if they win tonight. Belgium just wrapped up a 3-2 win over Senegal in extra time on a late penalty call, down 2-0 until the 86th minute. An absolute nail-biter, a great comeback, or a collapse. Of course, the U.S.-Bosnia winner now gets Belgium, the 10th-ranked team in the world. Belgium, of course, beat Team USA in a friendly ahead of the World Cup 5-2, but we are coming off one of the most shocking endings to a game so far. That is how it matched up when the U.S. played Belgium back in March. But to the game that ended just a couple of minutes ago, Dax, what do you make of the call, the result, the collapse, and what we just saw?
What a game, first of all. And I think it can only be described as an epic collapse from Senegal. They were brilliant in this game leading up to about the 55th minute after they scored their second goal, which was one of the goals of the tournament, by the way. They just started sitting deeper and deeper and deeper until the 86th minute where you concede a goal, and then you just have to hunker down. You've got to park the bus. You've got to make sure you don't make any mistakes. And the Senegalese goalkeeper, he's their backup. He comes in and he comes out for a cross. He misses the punch. The equalizer goes in. That's just a mistake you cannot make. And then the penalty kick is a penalty kick. I know Senegalese fans might not want to hear it. They might not love hearing that, but it is a penalty kick. When you are in the box, you have to have control of your body. You have to have control of your movements. Youri Tielemans gets to the spot where the ball is going to be quicker. The Senegalese player slides. It's reckless. He makes contact with his heel. He goes down. It's a clear penalty. And Belgium showing some resilience to come back from 2 goals down. It's fantastic resilience. That is one of the best penalty kicks we'll see, especially after some of the shootouts we've seen where players have been missing left and right.
I mean, the pressure of that moment.
It's a huge pressure moment. Youri Tielemans with ice in his veins. And now, if the U.S. can get the job done, a big rematch with Belgium on the cards.
I mean, that also, it's hard not to put everything through the prism of the U.S. because we see, Brazil struggling against Japan. We saw what happened with England earlier today, needing the comeback. That game, that was over. We were preparing for, U.S. gets through Belgium, through Bosnia. They will get Senegal. We were there, 86th minute. And it just shows, obviously, it's never over till the final whistle, play all the way, all of those cliches that they talk about all the time.
Absolutely.
But in soccer, you don't think that 2 goals, it feels insurmountable, but you got to play through the final whistle.
It feels insurmountable when you're in the 86th minute. But
correct.
What they say in soccer, Danny, 2-0 is the most dangerous lead in soccer.
I've heard this many times.
And then you give up that first one, and then the doubt starts to creep in. The nerves start to creep in. You start to sink deeper and deeper. You do not do the things that you did in those first 55 minutes that led you to the great performance and the result that you had in the bag in the first place. And so the frustration, I think, from Senegal comes from they had this in the grasp, in the palm of their hands, and then they just got a little bit too casual, a little bit too loose at the back. That's an epic collapse.
So, through, again, the prism of Team USA, Belgium won that game 5-2.
Yeah.
It was a weird one because that was the game that kind of started the the
question marks.
Is the U.S. going to have a real problem in the back end? And with defense, Belgium scored 3 goals in a 15-minute span in the second half. They hadn't really played a complete game so far in this World Cup. This certainly would not qualify as a complete game. But not to look too far ahead of Bosnia, what do you make of how Belgium would match up with the U.S.?
Yeah,
I
do think it's an important distinction to state. We're not looking ahead. We're not looking too far ahead. I think the U.S. men's national team has absolutely respected Bosnia, and they realize it's going to be a very difficult game. But
we now know the path.
The U.S. should win the game. And if and when the U.S. beats Bosnia, it is going to be a very difficult rematch with a Belgian team who has been perennially disappointing. in their golden generation, but they do still have players that can make a difference. Jeremy Doku is one of the best wingers in the world. Kevin De Bruyne on his day can still create chances. And if you think back to that friendly, there were two things that really stood out for the U.S. men's national team. First one was that 99% sure they didn't have Chris Richards, which was a massive miss in that game, and his leadership will be very crucial. Tim Weah was also playing as a right fullback against Jeremy Doku, and that was a very clear mismatch. With the form that Alex Freeman is in now, the way that the U.S. has defended, the help that they'll be able to provide Alex Freeman, I absolutely believe that the U.S. men's national team will put on a significantly better performance against Belgium the second time around if they get there.
All right, so to tonight's action, as we are not looking ahead, at 8 o'clock.
Edin Dzeko helped Bosnia and Herzegovina qualify for this World Cup at the expense of Italy, and the 40-year-old striker also contributed to a successful group stage campaign. So time for our Fox Country Profile, sponsored by Google. Bosnia and Herzegovina had gone out in the group stage of their only previous World Cup appearance in 2014. This time around, they advanced as third-place finishers in their group, thanks in part to a 1-1 draw with Canada in Toronto in their opening match. Thierry and Zlatan here. Zlatan, you know this team well, you know this country well. What will they bring as a team tonight?
First, they're going to bring themselves. Then they're going to bring their fans, their confidence, they believe. It's a very proud country, and they're going to play with a big heart, that's for sure. They're not going to give up. They're going to make it very difficult for the U.S. team. And remember, the way they came to the World Cup, they are not in rush to finish the game early because they went overtime and they won on penalties in the playoffs. So for them, they're going to play with low block, just wait for the U.S. team to attack. And from there, they're going to punish them. And they're going to bring their music also. You're going to hear that from the stands.
Thierry, you agree? Low block will be their approach tonight?
Yes, that's the only, we will call it, make it a cup game, make it difficult for the US team and try to hit them on a break, like Zlatan said, on a counter set piece and see where that can bring you. But it's going to be a tough day, you know, where I stand, because on this one, I need to be able to go back home. My other half is from Bosnia. My kids are half Bosnian. So I need to be able to have the possibility to enter my house.
Okay, that's fair. We'll give you that. We'll give you that. Chef Nick has been following this World Cup closely, you might have seen, and the US's clash with Bosnia and Herzegovina afforded him the opportunity for a comparison between the two countries.
Whose food is better, United States or Bosnia? Hot dog. Cevapi. That is unbelievable. Cevapi or mac and cheese? Mac and cheese versus baklava. I'm so sorry, mac and cheese. Baklava versus cheeseburger. It's so good. Cheeseburger versus burek. I don't know who wins. Help me in the comments.
No,
Oh, I know.
Tell us right now.
Cevapi, you can't beat Cevapi, I'm sorry.
100%.
I mean, mac and cheese is great.
You can't beat Cevapi.
Cevapi is good. He doesn't want to lose followers. I get it. It's okay.
You cannot beat Cevapi, I'm sorry.
He's okay.
Okay.
He doesn't want to lose followers.
All right, Chef
But I
Nick.
can bring some for him if you want.
Chef Nick.
Believers.
Okay.
A real one.
Real believers.
No, but real Cevapi.
I'm going to bring also that to him.
If you
Okay.
could, share it around. Chef Nick's content is part of Fox Sports coverage of this World Cup, which also includes After Hours with James Corden. Tonight, After Hours will air a Declan Rice feature, and Jude Bellingham made a recent appearance in which his singing skills were put to the test.
Touching hands, put it there, buddy, come on. Reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline,
So good. We are counting down to the US's round of 32 meeting with Bosnia and Herzegovina. Electric atmosphere at San Francisco Bay Area Stadium. The kickoff is an hour away.